Hello, welcome to Thashna Walsh Lifestyle Therapy. I am Dr. Thashna Walsh. Today's topic on Tool Inspiration will be suffering. You look around the world today and so many people are suffering. And when I say suffering, I'm not just talking about people in certain countries that are starving, talking about them, but I'm talking about the Western world as well. People here and the way they're living life in a very limited way, complaining, blaming, shaming, feeling defeated, feeling that somebody owes them something, feeling that they can't trust anyone, feeling lost, feeling shunned, all of those things that we tell ourselves that causes us to suffer inside ourselves where we feel despondent, we feel sad, we feel depressed, we feel irritable and angry. What brings about those feelings is fear. Fear. Fear causes suffering. Fear causes us to stress. Fear causes us to worry. Fear causes us to suppress ourselves, to hide ourselves away, to pretend to be someone else, as opposed to allow our full, real, true self to come through. Fear. Fear is what's causing the suffering. And when we continue to live within this limited space, suffering, life is hard, time is hard, times are hard, times are getting worse. The children are stressing me out. The, the government is not doing what they're supposed to. They're rubbish. The world is coming to an end. The world is crap. Life is crap. I mean, what do you say to yourself? What do you say to yourself? Most people out there, it's pointing the finger somewhere. That person that cut me up on the motorway, total dickhead, you know. What else do you say? And what do you say to yourself? I'm such an idiot. Why are you so stupid? Why did you do that? You could have done so much better. Suffering. Suffering is caused by three main things: the thoughts and the pictures in your mind. That goes on and on and on, over and over. The language that we speak and the way we move our bodies. So your suffering is caused by the lack or the negativity around one or more of those areas, maybe all of them. Most of us, it's around all of them. Yeah, because we've been so comforted in our limitedness. So we think that it's okay to sit here and moan and somebody's going to feel sorry for us. When the idea of that suffering or that hardship, because it doesn't have to be suffering, but that obstacle or that challenge or that experience is supposed to help us to grow. It's supposed to help us to be bigger, stronger, more vibrant, resilient versions of ourselves. But instead, we've been taught to stay here and just wallow in self-pity and wallow in what's not going right, what the worst thing could be, and be afraid of it, and what happened in the past and how terrible that was. We're not meant to live in suffering. And once we start changing our headspace of how we look at the things that we are experiencing, we can turn the suffering around. And I'm talking anybody. I don't care who you are, where you are, what you're going through. Everybody can experience this because we're all linked to the same source. So once you start changing your energy, your energy changes. And so the energy that you attract also changes. So what does suffering do? It, first of all, yes, it depletes your energy. And when it depletes your energy, what's it doing? It's depleting the way that you function at the cellular level. Okay? So when you think that, oh, I feel sad right now, every single cell in your body is feeling that energy. Every single cell. And you're basically taking energy away from all of them. So you're like, because of the way you're focused. What else happens? Your immune system may function, may decrease. A lot of times when you're suffering, when you're feeling sorry for yourself, because in feeling sorry for yourself, you're not eating the right foods, you're not thinking the right thoughts, you're not around the right people. And if you have, even if the right people are in your life, you stay away from them because your vibration is not where they're at. So you feel like an inconvenience or a burden, or you're not good enough, or you're going to be judged and and belittled. So you stay away from the good energy that can feed you, or you find energy like yours that sucks you even further and drains your batteries even more. So your immune system suffers. So nothing functions properly. You get colds and flus and other immune deficient issues that happens in the body. Immunodeficient, sorry. So it affects your digestion. So you think about people with autoimmune diseases, a lot of it comes from psychological stuff and suffering. A lot of it also comes from the physical things, which I spoke about in my video on detoxing as well. But it's important to recognize where your focus is. Because if you're thinking, oh, my mom had this issue, my mom had diabetes, therefore I have to have diabetes. No, it's a lifestyle. So if you're copying the same lifestyle of your parents, then chances are, yes, you are going to develop the same conditions. If you're worrying, first worrying person, stressing all of everything is stressing and bombarding your body with all the stress. Yes, you're going to lower your defenses and leave yourself open to all the negative things that your parents before suffered from and probably died from. So look at these things. What else? It decreases brain activity. So bombarding yourself with issues, the thoughts, stresses, whether it's physical or emotional, it's going to decrease the way the brain functions. And if your brain don't function well, nothing gonna function well, because the brain is what holds the information for all the cells. It's where the energy flows from to tell what to do, what, and what to retract from what, and what to give what, and what to, tells everything what to do, your nervous system. Okay. So it's important that we look deeper into what you're focusing on. Where is your focus? Where is your language in? What are you talking about? In the Bible, there's a verse that says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So it's not just because you're speaking the words, it's because of what's inside of you. It's in your subconscious mind, inside your body mind, inside your heart, inside your feeling mind that comes out of your mouth. And if you don't let it out of your mouth, it's got to come out somewhere. It's got to come out somewhere or the other. Whether you have a heart palpitation, you get some panic attack, you get anxiety attack, or you get depressed, or any diseases out there, is your body expressing itself. It's saying, help me. And when we get in this state of suffering, feeling that the world is against us and poor me, and you're a victim, then you take away just about all your choices, which is why you feel so dejected and low. You're taking your choices away because now your energy is depleted. You don't have the energy to get up and do anything. You feel like I can't because I've tried that and I tried that and I tried everything. But if you tried everything, you wouldn't be where you are now. You would be better off because there's a solution to every problem. And where there's a will, there's a way. But if you've lost your will, you lose your choices. If you lost your energy, you lose your will, you lose your choices. So it all goes back to what you are focused on. And if you can change your focus, man, if you can change your focus, you change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. There's a quote by the late Wayne Dyer. But it's such a powerful quote because, like, change the way you look at it, the meaning that you give to things. Say, for example, I you borrowed somebody borrowed something from you and then they lost it, and then you say, you lost my stuff, and you know you're really attached to this thing, and they go, oh, I'm so sorry, and that's all you got. And you're holding on to it thinking, I'm never going to lend them anything again. I can't believe they lost my thing. And you're thinking about it, the thing you lost was a thing. Okay, so it maybe had some sentiment and some sentimental value, but I'm sure whoever that sentimental value is attached to, they love you enough to know that there's, it's what you hold in your heart that's important and not the thing. And your friendship and your relationship with the person that lost it is more important. And the energy that's coming out of your body is more important. And so stop getting attached to things. Don't get attached to things. They're just things. This being is more important. All the beings around you are far more important than things. So don't get hung up on what somebody said, what somebody did, or what didn't do. The only relationship that matters is the one you have with yourself. Because in having a really great relationship with yourself, you can have a great relationship with anyone under any circumstance. And I mean that because if you're coming from a place of unconditional love, that mindset of how can I give love as opposed to how can I take? How can I give? How can I give love? Because in giving, you receive automatically. So you don't have to think about how can you take. So just start thinking about how can I give? Where can I give my gratitude? How many ways can I be grateful? Changing that mindset is going to change your energy. You're going to feel wonderful. You ever done something for someone, done a favor for someone, and then when you're finished, you're thinking, you feel really fulfilled. You feel really pleased with yourself. You feel really happy you could be in that place. You were in that place, in that moment that you could really support someone. Those are the things we should be thinking about. How can we increase love upon the earth? Because that's the life of earth, of the earth. That's our life. That's how we give life to ourselves. How can we give ourselves more life, spill over, and give others? So the important thing is to remember that suffering, it's easy to suffer. It's easy to focus on the negative. But that ease doesn't lead to anything fulfilling. It doesn't grow you. It doesn't challenge your boundaries so you can grow and flourish and be a better version of yourself. I always say, people always tell you to get out of your comfort zone. I am not a person that will tell you that because I don't like anybody telling me to get out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone is comfortable and I like being in it. However, if I am not growing within it and growing out of it, that's a different thing. You're meant to grow out of your comfort zone, not just jump out of it. Some people can do that and it works for them, but not for me. And maybe not for you either, but you can stay within your comfort zone and grow and outgrow it into a different comfort zone. And you can outgrow that one into a different one. Okay? So don't feel like you have to jump off the bridge, Don't feel like you have to jump off the cliff, You don't have to, but you have to take a step within the comfort zone and stretch the boundaries of it so that your body can feel revitalized, refreshed, stronger, more powerful. That's what growth feels like. When you're staying small, you're powerless, you're helpless. That's how it feels. And then you feel like a victim. I can't. But once you make the decision that, yes, I want to see what life has for me, what more is in store for me, because everybody has something in store for them, something bigger than they're letting on. And even if you're the most confident person, there's always still more. There's always more growth to have. So if you're feeling despondent and you're feeling less of yourself, you're feeling that there's more, it's time to make that decision. I would encourage it. Just and just entertain just the idea what it would be like if I just let go of this fear for a minute. Or better yet, see the fear for what it is. It's just a thought process that you told yourself, that somebody told you, that you've actually taken on as your own. Maybe you had an experience and it's brought on that processing, but that experience is gone. It's no longer here. It's no threat to you. You're in a total different space. That's gone. It's only going to be present if you bring it back into your memory and make it and give it life by giving your thought and your focus to it. And if you don't, it just falls by the wayside. It was an experience. You learned from it, you grew from it, and now you're moving to the next level. That's what we're meant to do with our challenges, not to sit there and wallow and self-pity. If you don't know what to do, get a coach, get somebody that can help you through these thought processes so that you can get to where you want to get. Don't just sit there helpless. Okay? So the bottom line is you want to change your focus, you want to change your languaging. You need to talk better to yourself. Tell yourself how gorgeous you are, how beautiful you are, how strong you are, how resilient you are. You're here. You're alive. A lot of people didn't make it this far because they didn't have the strength, the resilience, the power, this amazing, strong strength in their body to bring them as far as you are. You've got a lot to be grateful for. And once we start being grateful, then we can start picking up those pieces and putting them together. That's going to drive our life into the direction that we want. But you have to start with gratitude. Can't say there's nothing to be grateful for. You have breath. You have breath. And breath is life. And most of us, we have clean water to drink. We got good food to eat. We have a mind that is powerful, that is yearning to learn and to grow and to expand. There is no need for limitations. The internet is vast. There's so much you can learn if you don't know. There are lots of books to be read and to be understood. There are lots of coaches and therapists out there who are there to help you. And you don't have to be suffering with an illness or a mental illness, even though I think we all are suffering with mental illness on some level. But, in terms of the magnanimity of mental illness, so where you feel like you need medication or you need to be put in an institution, you don't have to be suffering with that to actually get help. Life is interesting. And yes, there are cuts and turns, but when you know how to generate the right energy and attract the right things in your life, life can be easy. It can be a breeze. The challenges can come, but they don't hurt you. They don't feel like suffering and stress. You can look at them and go, "Oh, what are you here to teach me?" And feel good about it. And when you feel good about it and you actually embrace it, it becomes easy. It's almost like the pieces just fall into place really easily. And for those who've never experienced this, I know you might want to slap me or shoot me or tell me to shut up, but it is possible for you. It is possible for all of us. Once you have a heart, you have a mind, you have a body that can process, and you got the universal intelligence that's like everybody flowing through you, you can do this. So you just need to change your story, which is going to change your life. Okay? I had a lady that commented on one of my posts on Facebook. It's probably sometime last year. And I was talking about something similar to this, and she came on and she went, blah, blah, blah. I did this and I've overcome this and I've overcome this, and I just put my mind to it and I did it. And I need all this therapy and all this stuff. And I commended her on how resilient she was to take her life, look inside her own self and pull herself up by her own bootstraps and not looking elsewhere for it to happen. And I said, thanks for sharing your story. And she said, it's not a story, it's true. So when I say your story, when I say change your story, I mean change the story you're telling yourself, whether it's true or not. Yeah, because they say 70% of the things we remember is not even true. We exaggerate the truth. We make things up. According to the scientists, 70% of the things we remember is not true. Okay? So if the things that you remember are putting you in a state of feeling less than you are, and 70% of it is not true, oh my gosh, aren't you like wasting your life away dwelling on something that is not even true? Because your mind will fill in blanks and make so that because whatever you ask your mind to do, it will do. And if you're living in self-pity and living in lack and living in sorrow and stress, your mind will support you and it lets you see what is not there. You know, it's almost like you just look at somebody across the room and you just decide you don't like them. And somebody asks you why you don't like them. Oh, she's too this or she's too that. I'm thinking, well, you don't even know her. You spend 2 minutes with her and you think you know somebody, but you don't know. But your mind is filled in those blanks and you've all those feelings of the past of something that hurt you, that person is reminded you of, which triggers you, has now created a story around it. And you've just regurgitated that as your reality and your belief. But it's not true most of the time. And some people don't want to hear that, but if you're open to change, if you're open to growing, if you're open to discovering who you truly, really, truly are, opening to know more about yourself, why you're on earth, and what kind of expansive life you can actually live. You know, those people out there enjoying life and making life easy, it's because they tell themselves a different story. Simple as that. Simple as that. They have a different languaging when it comes to themselves. They tell themselves good things. They don't get up in the morning and go, oh, another day to go to work, it's going to be a bad day, you know, it's not going to be a good day. I'm just hanging in there, or, you know, oh, life is so stressful, or she's stressing me out. No, they're focused. They're deliberately focusing, and they do it deliberately until it becomes norm. You get out of the bed and you go, oh, what is this goddess going to do today? What do goddesses do on a Thursday, on a Monday, on a Tuesday, whenever? You know, what are you telling yourself? How are you calling yourself out? Because in speaking out to yourself, you got two ears and it goes back into your ears, into your psyche. And whatever you told yourself is what you're going to experience. So call yourself out, even if it feels weird to start with. Start saying, wow, thank you for my eyes. Thank you for my nose. I can smell. My eyes, I can see all the colors and the beauty. Think about people who have no eyes and be grateful for your eyes. Think about people who can't speak. Be grateful that you can. People can't hear. Be grateful you can hear all the sounds, the music, you know. Wow, there's so much to be grateful for. Stop moaning. Start being grateful. And when you start being grateful and start looking at, just turn things over, just looking at it in a different way, you'll start seeing differently. You start seeing different things. If you're looking for negativity, your reticular activating system in your brain will find it and bring it to you. Start looking for good, juicy, sweet, beautiful stuff. That light up your world, set you on fire, make you feel good. You're going to start seeing those things. So you don't need to suffer. Nobody needs to suffer. And when I'm talking about suffering and people suffering, there are lots of people out there who will be listening to this as well who think that that's not for me because I'm not suffering. But you're suffering if you're in a job that you don't want to be in. You're suffering if you want to go on holiday and you can't find the money or the time or the opportunity. That's suffering. Okay? When you're not suffering, you are intending and you are receiving the life that you're dreaming about. But it starts now with you saying, enough of this victim mentality. Okay, I don't like this job, but right now I'm going to do the best I can within it whilst I start visualizing the ideal job or the ideal business or the ideal lifestyle that I want. Okay, this works. It does work because your mind's eye is powerful. It's powerful. All of this old stuff that we grew up learning, you have to see it to believe it. It's not true. You have to believe it before you can see it. Okay? Because the energy in the belief, in the gratitude of receiving it, in the excitement of experiencing it, it's that energy that's going to attract it because your heart is like a magnet. It's just going to go pull that stuff in that you're feeling, the good stuff, which is why when they say misery loves company, because when you're feeling miserable, more miserable people come around you and you get more to be miserable about. But the opposite is true, is the more happy you are and joyful you are and grateful you are, the more you get to be grateful for. Okay. So be grateful. I would advise you get a journal. It's a little journal. It doesn't have to be anything big. And at the end of every day, just write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And every time, try to find 3 different things that you're grateful for. Because you'll be so surprised. There's so many things. You might be in the supermarket and somebody said, "Oh, you can go before me. Thank you." Yeah. You can be walking down the street and a doggy run over to you and gives you some attention and saying hi. And you go, "Wow, that's unconditional love coming from an animal or a child. Unconditional love. Thank you." Somebody smiles at you. Thank you. Somebody offers to give you something. Thank you. Even when you might not have money, but somebody offers you a credit card, one of those business offer you a credit card, say thank you, because you're being offered. When you're being offered things, it's the universe showing you all the things that you're asking for. It's an opportunity to just say, thank you. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Until you start visualizing in a more potent way, a more powerful way to get you into the job that you want, get you to the business that you want, you're making the money that you want, to have the unexpected money falling into your lap that you want, the relationship that you want, the people around you that you want. You have to start by believing it is possible for you, and then using your beautiful imagination to create what that looks like and what that feels like. And then you'll start experiencing it. That's how we experience life. Look at the life that you're living right now and the thoughts that you're having and tell me they're not connected. You are creating what you're seeing around you. Okay? So there are lots of other talks that I've done on this. So please have a browse and learn more in a more deep way. But this talk is about ending suffering and start living your best life. Okay? Suffering is a thing of the past. In fact, we don't feel that anymore. We put that behind us and we say goodbye to it. Because now we're embracing gratitude, and embracing gratitude is the first step into the life that you want to live. Okay? So other ways of expressing gratitude is helping someone. Yeah? You see someone who needs a help, ask someone if they need any help. There are a lot of places you can go and do charity work if you so desire. And so help someone. But the most potent, most powerful way you can help someone is by helping yourself and learning how to show up with love, with lightness, with ease, with joy. And that means going inside yourself and being honest. And so many people are afraid to go inside themselves. They'd rather go see some friends and, talk about problems or talk about their friends' problems instead of actually going inside themselves and seeing what's there. Looking at these limitations and clear them away. They're not meant to stay there. You're not meant to hide from them. You're meant to face them head on so that you can grow from this comfort zone, outgrow this comfort zone into another comfort zone. And then you outgrow that one and you just keep on shining until your heart is fully open and then nothing can stop you. I hope this makes sense and I hope it touches someone. And reach out to me if you want to talk further about getting to the best version of yourself. And leave a comment below as well if you like this video. And also, if you haven't yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button. And also check us out on Dashna Walsh Lifestyle Therapy at www.dashnawalsh.com. All the information is right below this video. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and thank you very much for staying tuned. It's always a pleasure to serve. Till next time.